Hey everyone, and welcome back. For those who don't know me, I'm Melissa, and I help business owners and entrepreneurs organize their ideas so they can attract more clients and monetize them. My mission is to share everything that I've learned through marketing, sales, and mindset so that you can cut through the noise and apply it yourself. Have you ever felt like a complete fraud when wanting to sell your products or your services? That little voice inside your head that says, "Ooh, this coach has a better program than you," or "This coach has more experience," or "These products are much better than mine. Why am I going to charge money for this? Everyone's going to think I'm stupid. Everyone's going to judge me." If so, you're experiencing imposter syndrome. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share my own struggles and give you some actionable steps to break through that barrier and sell with authentic confidence. First, let's understand why this is happening. That imposter syndrome is that persistent feeling that somehow you fooled everybody, that you don't deserve your achievements, that you'll eventually be found out or called out on whatever the information or whatever you're selling. What's fascinating about the imposter syndrome is that it actually affects high achievers instead of those who just don't care. So it's not a sign of incompetence, quite the opposite. I remember that before joining my certification for remote high-ticket sales, I was so embarrassed to charge high ticket for my services. I really didn't understand. I just thought that that was for really fancy creators. And I got hit by imposter syndrome. I had the worst thoughts during that call. But somehow I managed to go through the conversation looking confident in myself and in my offer, and I closed the deal. 6 weeks later, that person was so happy to have been part of the program and experienced a lot of transformation, which made me, get that little confidence boost. So when it comes to sales specifically, it manifests some predictable ways. First, you hesitate to state your prices confidently. You can sometimes even over-deliver on those free coaching calls because you want to compensate that you're not good enough. The worst one is apologizing for your price. And sometimes that imposter syndrome even makes it hard for you to articulate your value proposition and even make you physically uncomfortable to have money talks. So going back to how I handled my first call, like faking it until I made it, it actually makes the imposter syndrome worse because it reinforces the idea that you're basically playing into a role instead of showing up authentically. And while you've probably heard some advice about the imposter syndrome, like fake it till you make it, just like I did on my first sales call, right? Or remember your achievements once you hop on a call, it really doesn't touch the fundamentals of what this imposter syndrome really is. Because the imposter syndrome isn't about confidence, it's an authenticity and identity problem. Your clients don't need you to be the ultimate guru. Your clients need specific results to specific problems. That's it. So being a perfectionist is actually fueling that imposter syndrome. And the antidote is not pretending to be perfect, but embracing who you really are. You're human and you're constantly growing and learning. So I actually recommend embracing your current limitations. Embracing your current limitations and doubts, rather than hiding them, is actually the path to authentic confidence. Your value isn't about being perfect. Your value is actually being a few steps ahead of your client and genuinely committed to their success. And the truth is that the imposter syndrome is something that you're always going to have. Even after years of success, it can still resurface. The real difference is how you respond to it. So let's get practical. Here are a few steps that you can take so that you can overcome that imposter syndrome. The first thing you want to do is redefine your role. Stop seeing yourself as a person that has all the answers, and start seeing yourself as that guide that can help your clients navigate some challenges. Because guides don't need to be perfect, they just need to handle that terrain where your client is sitting a lot better than they are right now. When you hop on a sales call, focus on their journey and not how you're performing. Shift that attention from self-consciousness to curious exploration and understanding why that customer that you brought in needs your help. Attention redirect will work wonders because it feeds off of self-focus. By shifting that focus on the other person, you naturally become more present and effective. Collect and organize data. For some reason, our brains are wired to remember failure and discount success. Counter this by systematically document evidence of your impact and celebrate every little win. Create a folder with your client feedbacks with, before and after results and the thank you messages you get. When and if that imposter syndrome arises, you can just look through that folder and feel so good about yourself, with the evidence that you're actually helping people change their lives. And just as a reminder, write down exactly how you guide your clients and what specific path you've taken that they haven't yet. Finally, I want you to separate the feelings from the action. And what I mean by this is that imposter syndrome might not ever go away, and that's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate the feeling, but to prevent it from stopping your actions. So let's recap. Always remember that the imposter syndrome isn't a lack of confidence, it's about authenticity and identity. That traditional fake it until you make it makes the problem worse. And remember that the goal isn't to stop the imposter syndrome from showing up, because obviously it will. But you're not supposed to stop your business development because of it. If you found this video helpful and if any way it resonated with you, hit that subscribe button. I would love to know what you do to overcome the imposter syndrome. Thanks for watching. Until next time.